What's up everyone, my name is Vortlas and welcome back to some more sim racing. Today we are back on Project Cars for part 4 of the career mode, and today we are finally racing in the GT3 European Series, and the first round here is in Brno. As the lights go green and away we go, we get a very good start here. Title Archer is still on my outside, but we made a little bit of contact and he has fallen back, so yeah, we have quite the advantage over the rest of the field here. Also, the championship has started really good because, as you can see, we qualified on pole for the sprint race here and also for the main race, so we have a very good position going on right now. Immediately skipping ahead to lap 10 of 13 then. We're still in first place, kind of a boring race at the moment here, but that's actually good because we build up a gap of about 2.5 seconds to Roberto Ferreira behind us. However, tire wear is definitely starting to be an issue because this track demands a lot of the tires, especially the front and the rear left tire, because as you can see they are already quite worn and you can definitely feel it through those long sweeping right-handers. Skipping then ahead to lap 12, tires are definitely getting worse as I brake myself into the second to last corner here of the lap, trying to rejoin as fast as possible, but already got passed by Ferreira there, also by a Mercedes, but I'm still gonna be able to be ahead of Archer. Yes, I am. But man, oh man, the tires, they're definitely quite a handful. I'm trying to retaliate here on the Mercedes. Again, lock up the tires. There's contact. We lean on each other. I'm sliding all the way through. Tyler Archer has slipped by. And we left the Mercedes behind. But boy, oh boy. Very unfortunate that I lost first place. But we're still on the podium. So that's still that. I think it could be way worse. Coming up to the line to end the race. We remain in third place. So yeah. A podium in the first race of the GT3 European Championship. It's not that bad, but yeah, obviously it could be better. Ferreira ended up in first place ahead of Archer and then us, so that will give us 15 points for the first race of the championship. So yeah, let's skip ahead to the main race. So then, getting ready to start the main race here at Brno. We are ready for a 18 lap race in the rain, so we're starting in the rain. That's gonna be very interesting to say the least. And away we go at the rolling start here in the main race. We immediately get passed by Asher here, get screwed over by the rolling start as we often do, and it's quite messy here. Ferreira right behind us, and then there's Bentley, very careful into turn 1 because I have no experience in the wet on this track. So we're gonna have to test the limits of this car and these conditions as we go. So yeah, comfortably in second place now, but under the wing of the car ahead, trying to outbrake him into turn 2, but not able to do it. I'm very cautious here because yeah, very afraid to lock up the tires. We already did that in the dry, and definitely afraid now in the wet as we go side by side with Thilo Escher, but we're on the outside for the next corner, so we're not gonna be able to do it. Trying to cut back, but yeah, not quite possible because there's still a car on our right, I think. Yes, Ferreira, but he's on the outside for the next corner, but I don't brake. I don't dare to brake as late as he did, so we're gonna have to slot in behind him. Yeah, very close racing here. On the first lap the Bentley is now on our outside, but we're able to accelerate away from him, and so still in P3. As Ferreira goes for a move down the inside of Asher, but it's not gonna work, so that will bring us a little bit closer to him. Trying to make a move in the next corner, but he takes a defensive line into the corner, so we're not gonna be able to do it. Maybe here in the second part of the chicane we get a good exit. He's on our inside, but we have more speed coming out of the corner, but I think he's still there, so we're gonna have to try and brake as late as possible. We get really wide, very careful there, as we slot back into third place. So then coming up to the line, and that's the first lap down of 18. Skipping ahead then to lap 2 again here at the upward chicane into the third sector of the lap. We're getting really close to Ferreira. As he gets a little bit wide, we are able to get a good run on him, so that's P2. Skipping then to the end of lap 2, we are very close to Asher, getting a good exit out of turn 1, so it's gonna be a drag race all the way to the line. He is on our inside, so we're gonna have to brake a little bit early and try to perform the cutback. But I'm not sure if it's gonna work because it's such a long sweeping corner. It keeps going forever, but yeah, no, we're not able to do it, so we're gonna have to slot back in behind him under this wing of the Mercedes. I don't dare to brake later than that, as Ferreira has gone down our inside, but we have a little bit more speed than him. We're now very close to Ferreira. He's all over the place actually. It's very difficult to see where the cars are at this point in the rain because everybody's taking weird lines going down the inside, but not able to do it. Gonna have to slot back in behind Asher. A little bit of sliding going on. Very hard to control the car to this complex of corners in the rain. So yeah. Skipping then to the end of lap 3, again in the chicane we get a little bit of contact with Asher, that sets us back a little, and that give Ferreira the opportunity to pass us, unfortunately, but I'm glad we're still on the track because that could have been very, very bad. Skipping then to lap 4, getting a little bit wide here and getting on the power way too soon and spinning the car into the gravel trap. Very frustrating here in the rainy conditions. I have no experience with this car in the rain at Brno, so yeah, very frustrating. Now in P9 we're side by side with my teammate here, so it's gonna be an inter-team battle for the next corner. I'm on the outside, so I'm gonna have to go the long way around him. Don't know if it's gonna be possible. A little bit of contact, very dangerous driving of Antonides, but I'm on his inside now into the uphill chicane here. So yeah, we've won back P8, but yeah, very disappointing here because that's been really screwed up my race. Skipping ahead then to lap 5 into turn 2, getting quite close to the roof ahead and firing it up down the inside, trying to make the corner, but there's some contact. He gets wide, but we survived. That's the most important thing at this point. So yeah. Skipping then to lap 6, we finally get a little bit of room, so maybe we can finally get into some kind of rhythm right now, because that's kind of what we need at this point. Also the rain has started to ease off a little, so we're gonna have to be careful with that. Skipping ahead then to the end of lap 6, outbraking myself a little because the track has gone dry. It has stopped raining, and you can see the rear tires are definitely getting warmer as a lot of drivers are going into the pits. I didn't go into the pits because the pit window hadn't opened yet, and I was kind of afraid that if I went in the pits at this lap that it wouldn't count as a mandatory pit stop and that I would have to take 2, but yeah, that was not the case. But that's why. So lap 7, coming into the pits because the pit window had opened. Obviously going for the soft tires now because it has stopped raining. And then rejoining the track. Whoa, as Antonides as we rejoin just behind Antonides there. Very dangerous. He almost ended our race again, and as he get a little bit wobbly onto the curb, we leave him behind. That's probably for the better. Skipping ahead to lap 8, getting really close to the roof, trying to get down his inside. There's contact, we lean on each other, but we managed to survive, and I think the roof as well. Yes, he's a little bit onto the dirt, but he survived. Skipping then to lap 9, we pass a lot of people into the pits, so we are now in 5th place. And then skipping to lap 10, we are able to make up another place down the inside of the Mercedes here, trying to outbrake him into turn 1. downshifting to third, getting the inside line. He really puts up a fight and there makes some contact, but we managed to survive, so we're both okay. Skipping then to lap 11, getting really close to Mercedes up ahead as we clip the outside curb a little and fly into the barrier. So yeah, our race is basically over. At this point, trying to rejoin but didn't find first gear at first. So yeah, we fall back to P10 now. Skipping ahead to lap 13 where we gain a spot back, so that's P9. And then into lap 17 we again make contact with a roof, so we were off again. Really sloppy driving from my part, but yeah, very unfortunate here. Skipping then to the end of the race and we finish in P10. Kind of a disaster this second race of the weekend. We only managed to finish in P10 and we started P1. Ferreira won the race ahead of Veronin and Marshall. So yeah, quite unfortunate, all those accidents. It was mainly due to the changing weather conditions. So first I wasn't used to the wet track and then it changed to dry. Didn't make that transition really good, and also pit stops kind of screwed us over. So we really had pace this weekend, but it didn't show at all in the results. So that's 1 point for us. It's better than no points, of course, but yeah, we definitely could have gained a lot more points out of this weekend. We did qualify on pole for both races, so that will give us 2 additional points for the championship. So we're now into P6 with Ferreira, of course, in the lead with 50 points, and we have 18 points. So yeah, we still have a long way to go. So that was it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Definitely leave a like if you enjoy this Project Cars career mode, and subscribe for more videos on Project Cars and other sim racing content. I'll see you later.